Hi, welcome to Professional Certifications channel. Let's break down CISSP exam preparation, one topic a day for focused and effective learning. Today's topic is cold site.
Definition: a cold site is a disaster recovery facility that provides basic infrastructure such as power, cooling, and physical space but lacks the necessary hardware, software, and data needed to resume operations. In the event of a disaster, organizations must bring their own equipment and data to a cold site to restore operations. Cold sites are the most cost-effective option for disaster recovery but have the longest recovery time compared to other disaster recovery site options like warm sites or hot sites.
Key concepts.
1. Purpose of a cold site. A cold site serves as a backup facility where an organization can relocate its operations in the event of a disaster, such as a natural disaster, power outage, or cyber attack. It provides only the basic infrastructure, such as power, network connectivity, and physical space, allowing the organization to set up its own systems and data once they are transported to the site. Cold sites are intended for long-term recovery scenarios, where immediate recovery is not critical, and the organization can afford to take days or even weeks to become operational again.
2. How a cold site works. In the event of a disaster, an organization activates its Disaster Recovery Plan, DRP, and relocates critical personnel and resources to the cold site. However, the organization must first acquire, transport, and install hardware and software before operations can resume. The recovery process can take a significant amount of time depending on the complexity of the setup. Steps in a cold site recovery. Step 1. Declare a disaster. When an incident occurs, e.g., a fire or major cyber attack, the organization declares a disaster and decides to activate its disaster recovery plan. Step 2. Relocate to the cold site. Key personnel, equipment, and data backups are transported to the cold site. Since no pre-installed hardware or systems are available at the cold site, the organization must bring everything needed to resume operations. Step 3. Install and configure systems. Once at the cold site, the organization must install hardware, e.g., servers, storage, network equipment, configure software, and restore data from backups. This process can take several days or even weeks, depending on the complexity of the systems. Step 4. Resume operations. After the installation and configuration processes are complete, the organization can restore critical functions and resume operations, though at a reduced capacity until full systems are operational. Example: a manufacturing company experiences a natural disaster that destroys its primary data center. The company relocates key personnel to its cold site, where it must first procure and install new servers and restore data from off-site backups before it can begin limited operations.
3. Cold site characteristics. Basic infrastructure only. A cold site offers only basic amenities, such as power, climate control, and network connectivity, but does not provide any pre-installed IT systems or equipment. No pre-deployed hardware or software. Organizations must bring their own hardware, software, and backups to the cold site to resume operations. This can significantly increase the recovery time. Longest recovery time. Cold sites have the longest recovery time objective, RTO, because all necessary components for operational recovery must be brought in and configured after the disaster occurs. Cost-effective. Cold sites are the most affordable disaster recovery option since they do not require pre-configured systems or ongoing operational expenses beyond maintaining the facility. Example: a healthcare organization with limited budget resources opts for a cold site as its disaster recovery option, knowing that it would take at least several days to resume operations if disaster strikes.
4. Cold site versus other disaster recovery sites. Cold sites are often compared to warm sites and hot sites, which provide different levels of readiness for disaster recovery. Cold site provides basic infrastructure only, power, cooling, network connectivity. Requires the organization to bring and configure all hardware, software, and data. Longest recovery time, days to weeks, but the most cost-effective option. warm site. Provides pre-installed hardware and networking equipment, but may not have up-to-date data or live systems running. Requires restoring data and configuring applications. Moderate recovery time, hours to days, and moderate cost. Hot site. Provides a fully operational backup facility with pre-installed and continuously synchronized hardware, software, and data. Requires minimal setup to resume operations. Shortest recovery time, minutes to hours, but is the most expensive option. Example: a financial institution that cannot afford any downtime might use a hot site, which allows them to switch operations almost immediately in the event of a disaster, while a small business with less critical data may choose a cold site due to its lower cost.
5. When to use a cold site. A cold site is a suitable disaster recovery option for organizations that have longer RTOs, i.e., they can afford downtime during a disaster, and are working with limited budgets. Organizations that do not rely on continuous, real-time access to data or systems can benefit from the cost savings of a cold site. Cold sites are ideal for non-critical business functions, businesses or functions that can tolerate downtime of several days or weeks, such as archival systems or non-critical operational systems. Cost-conscious organizations, small or mid-sized organizations that cannot afford the ongoing expenses of maintaining a hot or warm site but still need a disaster recovery plan. Long-term recovery planning, organizations that use a cold site for long-term recovery and rely on manual processes or alternate workarounds during the downtime. Example: a regional library system that holds physical and digital records can afford to wait several days or weeks to restore its digital catalog. A cold site provides the library with a low-cost recovery option.
6. Advantages of a cold site. Cost-effective. Cold sites are the least expensive disaster recovery option because they only require maintaining basic infrastructure, power, space, and networking, rather than purchasing and maintaining IT systems. Scalability. Organizations can scale their cold site to meet their specific needs by adding equipment, personnel, and resources as necessary. Long-term disaster recovery planning. Cold sites are ideal for scenarios where an organization is planning for long-term recovery rather than immediate resumption of operations. Example: a university uses a cold site to support its disaster recovery plan, as its core systems, such as student records, can be restored gradually without significantly disrupting operations.
7. Challenges of a cold site. While cold sites are cost-effective, they have significant drawbacks, particularly in terms of recovery time and logistical challenges. Long recovery time. Setting up and configuring systems at a cold site can take days or weeks, making cold sites unsuitable for businesses that require rapid recovery. Logistical complexity. Transporting hardware, software, and data to the cold site and then installing and configuring everything can be a complex process, requiring significant planning and resources. Dependent on availability of equipment. If the organization does not have immediate access to replacement hardware, the recovery process may be delayed, extending downtime. Example: a manufacturing company faces challenges when attempting to recover from a disaster at its cold site because it takes several days to procure and transport replacement servers and network equipment to the site.
8. Cold site best practices. To maximize the effectiveness of a cold site in disaster recovery planning, organizations should follow these best practices. Pre-plan logistics. Plan ahead for how hardware, software, and personnel will be transported to the cold site in the event of a disaster. Pre-arrange contracts with hardware vendors to ensure quick delivery of replacement equipment. Regularly test DR plans. Regularly test the disaster recovery plan to ensure that personnel know how to set up and configure systems at the cold site. This reduces recovery time in a real-world scenario. Ensure data availability. Ensure that backups are readily available and can be quickly restored at the cold site. Store data backups in a location that is easily accessible from the cold site. Example: an organization conducts a disaster recovery drill every 6 months, where key personnel are tasked with setting up and restoring critical systems at the cold site to identify potential issues and reduce recovery time. Cold site best practices. Best practice description. Pre-plan hardware and logistics. Arrange contracts with hardware vendors to ensure quick delivery to the cold site. Regularly test disaster recovery plans. Conduct regular drills to ensure personnel can set up systems efficiently at the cold site. Ensure off-site backup availability. Make sure backups are accessible and can be quickly restored at the cold site. Coordinate personnel and resources. Designate key personnel who will be responsible for setup and recovery at the cold site. Importance in the CISSP exam. Cold sites are an important topic within the business continuity and disaster recovery planning domain of the CISSP exam. CISSP aspirants must understand the differences between cold, warm, and hot sites, the role of cold sites in disaster recovery, and the associated trade-offs in terms of cost and recovery time. Exam questions may focus on the advantages and limitations of cold sites and how they fit into broader business continuity planning. Real-world example. A city government maintains a cold site as part of its disaster recovery plan. When a flood damages the city's primary data center, the government relocates key personnel to the cold site, where they install new hardware and restore data from off-site backups. The recovery takes several days, but the cold site provides a cost-effective solution for long-term recovery.